Well, a great win against, one heck of a scrappy team. I mean, Northeastern was coming off of a huge weekend last weekend, and we knew that we were going to have our hands full against these guys. I thought it was our best offensive day of the year, considering we were facing a starter who's very, very talented. Wasn't going to give us a whole lot, and he didn't. We had the HBP there. I believe it was in the third inning. And I thought that, Brewer and Corbett really kind of set the tone for the competitiveness of our at-bats. We talked about that as a group after Wednesday's game that felt like we were coming off probably our least competitive game offensively. And boy, did they respond. Just two strike hits back-to-back to drive in 2 runs. Then we had the big inning in the 5th where we put together a lot of really good at-bats. And, we pitched just good enough. Today, I didn't think that we pitched poorly. There was just a lot of free 90s. I thought that, the free 90 kind of bit us a little bit. We gave them a few runs. Defensively, we were pretty solid. But they made us pay. The errors that we made, the 2 that we made, they made us pay on those errors. And they took advantage of some free 90s late in the ball game and gave themselves a chance. But we haven't been that kind of club, quite honestly. So, I don't make too much of it. But, I told the guys after the game, we needed our offense to win us a game because our pitching and defense had certainly bailed us out quite a few times over the course of this season. We needed our offense to win us a game, and we did that. So I was very proud of our guys for being able to do that.
Coach, you left England in there when they tied the game with 2 outs. He was able to get the 3rd out, and then the bats responded with 5 runs. Nice for him to be able to get the W.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, Max earned a right to stay out there and try to pitch his way out of his own damage, right? And we talk about that, with our pitching staff. You have to limit your damage, and when guys get on base, you have to be able to control that and be able to pitch your way out of that and handle that. And I thought he did. Look, they beat him in the strike zone, so give their hitters credit. I mean, they had 2 strike, 2 out double to the opposite field, and then the next hitter put a good swing, hit a line drive up the middle. So again, they're a really good team. But I thought Mac threw the ball very well. I mean, I believe after 5 innings, only giving up 2 runs. I mean, we'll take that every start of the year. So I thought he threw well. Again, I didn't think we were quite as clean as we have been, but again, our offensive approach at the plate today I thought was outstanding. We swung the bats very well, and that was the reason that we were able to win the game, because it was an uncharacteristic game for us on a pitching and defensive standpoint. But quite honestly, look, physical mistakes are going to happen. I'm not going to fault our club for making a couple of errors. They're going to make some errors. Also going to make some great plays. All in all, I thought we played a really good baseball game against a really good team and found a way to win it.
You guys have always responded this year. Talk about the response you guys had there in the 5th after the tie the game.
That's a great point. I mean, and we talk about responding. Great clubs respond. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to answer them with the same amount of runs. But if they score a couple runs, you need to find a way to score a run, and we certainly did that in the 5th. They scored 2 to tie it. We come back in, we throw up a 5 spot. They scored 2 in the 6th. We scored 2 in the bottom of the 6th. So I thought we did a really good job of responding on offense after giving up a couple runs.
4 for 9 with runners in scoring position. I guess you'll take that every time.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, I think that it just boiled down to the good work that that Jared Broughton, our hitting coach who works with our guys, and our staff, we talked about we needed to make some adjustments and talk a little bit about Wednesday night and what we saw with our guys. And JB met with the guys in the cages and went over a few things with them. And I just thought they did a really good job of responding and adjusting to some poor at-bats on Wednesday night by our standards. I thought the guys did an outstanding job of kind of regrouping and looking at it and making some adjustments, and it certainly showed today.
Monte, did you guys change anything in the offseason as far as how you prepare your batters? Seems like I've heard a lot of guys talk about, you got to face some good pitchers. And it seems like you guys players are well coached when they get up there.
Well,
Know what to look for.
I don't think it's necessarily that we've done anything different than we've done in the past. I think we just try to be consistent. I think we try to be consistent. We try to keep it simple. And sometimes as coaches, and I'm certainly guilty of this, you want to fix every mistake. So, sometimes when things aren't going well, you want to change things up and you want to try different things, and you're always trying to find a way to get your club going in the right direction when things aren't going well. And I feel like we've been doing a good job of just kind of staying the course with what we believe in and trying to reiterate that to the players. But the guys have bought in. I think that's the biggest key, is the guys have bought in to having team at bats. I thought the best at bat of the day, quite honestly, was Briar Hawkins' ground ball RBI. When you see that kind of stuff going on with your guys, they've got the corner infielders in, and he's got to hit a ground ball into the middle of the field to score a run. For him to sacrifice, his at bat and hit a ground ball to second base to score a run. Those are the things that I like to see. Guys getting 2-strike hits using the other side of the field. And you look at how many good 2-strike at bats we had today. Brewer had 2-strike hits. Corbett had a big 2-strike hit. Engel had a sac fly with 2 strikes that he hit the other way. To start, we did a good job staying on the baseball. Max Wagner swung the bat very, very well today. He probably squared the ball up as good as anybody. So just thought that, overall, it was good to see us have more team at bats and not throw away at bats today.
Coach, how about the season that Mac's been having? Obviously been solid for you at third base, but also at the plate. 389 so far and 2 for 4 today with the big homer.
Yeah, he's an exceptional player. He's a guy that, when we recruited him, I got a chance to go see him play after he had committed to us, and I could tell first time I watched him play that he was going to be a special player. He's got a tremendous amount of poise and composure about him for a young man. He's an outstanding defender. He's strong. He can hit the ball to all fields. And the thing I'm proud about, with Max is Max hasn't been in there every game. We've tried some different guys in and out, and Max just waited his turn, and he was ready to go when his name was called. And he didn't have bad body language about it or sulk about it. He's a true professional, and he's a very mature young man, and he's very consistent from a demeanor standpoint. So it's great to see all the hard work that he's put in is coming to fruition, because we think he's an outstanding player.
Coach, it's been a while since Gilbert's made an outing. Is he okay physically?
Yeah, he's off right now. He's had some fatigue, so he was out last weekend, and he's out this weekend. But we expect him to be back by next weekend, so he should be fine. He threw today. I think it went pretty well, so we expect Jeff to be back, hopefully by next weekend.
Anything else? Thanks, Coach.